Alright guys, hi and welcome back to my channel. I'm of course the voice of hot dogs, and we are here actually do a kind of a weird video where I recreate every single Big Brother Canada house. And I'm also going to give my opinions on each season and then ranking them at the end from best to worst season in my opinion. But starting off, we're going to show you my Big Brother Canada Season 1 house.
Hey ET Canada, come on in and check out the brand new Big Brother Canada house. Isn't this house insane? I love it. You want to live here, don't you? Except for the whole camera thing, I guess. There's 64 cameras, 50 mics. There's nothing that will happen in the Big Brother Canada house that we will not see, that you won't be able to see at home. We're also going for this big mid-century modern look, so this furniture is pretty amazing. In fact, the whole house has been outfitted by the brick. Thank you. This is the hallway leading into the bathroom, the one bathroom, and the one bedroom. Come on in. One thing you'll also notice is that there's only one of these bad boys, only one toilet. That's kind of cruel as far as I'm concerned, but I have a feeling some drama will come out of it. Now we want to see where the house guests are going to be sleeping. Come on into the bedroom. You'll notice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, only 7 beds, 15 house guests. We'll see how that works out.
But then, of course, we also have the luxurious HOH room, which was honestly really hard to recreate in The Sims. It's very abstract, very different, but also has a hint of traditional kind of a bedroom feel. But then, of course, opposite of the HOH room, we have the Have Not room, which is tucked away in a corner and is decorated as a rundown motel full of clowns, spooky TVs, and bad vibes all around.
Okay, now one of the biggest parts of any Big Brother house, of course, is the outdoor space where so much goes on. We've got the pool here. You want to get into your bikini, you can. You want your body to stay bikini ready. We've got the workout area over there. Now, there's this backyard, and then there's another little secret spot where I have a feeling a lot will go down too. Okay, check out this secret door. Yes, house guests do get to have some fresh air. This is kind of like a little après-ski, kind of hot tub in the woods kind of vibe. I have a feeling a lot is going to be said out here. Words are going to be had, kisses will be stolen, because this is the first place you kind of feel like there should be a little bit of privacy, no? There isn't. Well, thanks so much, ET Canada, for coming along with us on our very exclusive Big Brother Canada house tour. All right, now I'm going to chill at the pool. All right, see you guys when the show premieres.
Alright, so I love Season 1. I think it's a classic Big Brother season, one that everyone can enjoy and kind of agree that it's pretty good. There are, of course, some faults to it, mainly it being the first season, so there's things, little kinks that had to be worked out. I didn't like how the Topaz twist was handled. I didn't like how Gary came back a little bit too later on in the game, but of course the cast was great. The winner was okay, but that tends to happen with Big Brother. But I think it's overall a pretty good season. So let's go ahead and move on to Season 2. Alright, so Season 2, again, is a great season. They worked out those little kinks that weren't quite right in the original Season 1, and it made for a much better season. They instantly improved what they needed to improve, including the house. The house was a brand new design. I really liked Season 1's design, how it was kind of a traditional home with a little Big Brother edge to it, where the Big Brother Canada Season 2 house was completely revamped. It started the whole abstract theme, and I really enjoyed it, and it kind of brought in a bunch of different elements when it came to the cast as well. It introduced a lot of iconic characters like Ika and Netta and stuff like that, and so many iconic moments from this Season 2. They really got it right. But let's go ahead and have Arissa tour this house.
Oh, hi there. I bet you want to see the brand new Big Brother Canada house, don't you? Well, come on in. This is huge. Look at this place. Gorgeous. 85 cameras, 60 eavesdropping microphones. OMG. Let's go check it out. Well, this is the fantastic bedroom where our house guests do all of their sleeping, or not sleeping, as the case may be. So it's cool to have some Canadiana with the red and white in here. I like it. Okay, gotta show you the bathroom next. Look at this bathroom. What we're going for is a spa feel. We had all these benches put in. And remember, Big Brother is always watching. You cannot escape. If you have a good shot of winning Big Brother Canada, you're probably going to be spending a lot of time in here. This is the head of household room, where the rest of the house is warm and cozy. The HOH room, head of household room, is not. It's icy and posh, and everything in this room is from The Brick. They're, of course, providing $25,000 to the winner on top of their $100,000 prize money. Obviously, we've got a few last-minute touches to make before we let the house guests in here. But one thing you'll notice is that it's super modern in here, but we have so many natural touches like the warm woods and the garden and the trees. And how about this kitchen, okay? So much action happens right here when food is being made, food is being thrown, and let alone when you put slop into the mix. This year, the backyard has more of an urban feel, and we're peeking out between the buildings onto different parts of Canada. And oh my gosh, check out this pool. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed this beautiful house, and don't forget, Big Brother Canada, March 5th on Slice.
All right, I am going to talk over this last part, but while I do, you will see some remaining rooms I didn't get to show off, like the hot tub outside and also the diary room. I really enjoyed this season. Again, it made the first season, it took all the faults that was wrong with it and made it a lot better. In my official ranking, I would say that right now in the number 1 slot is Big Brother 2, with number 2 being Big Brother Canada Season 1. One of the great things about Big Brother Season 2 was, of course, the big twist of being able to vote someone into the house. During the first week, we had a secret room in the back where 3 house guests lived, and eventually Allison was voted into the game. Of course, she didn't end up being my favorite house guest that season. And was kind of annoying, but it's okay. I love the season, I love the twist, and I thought it really worked out pretty well. So let's go ahead and move on to Season 3. Alright, so Season 3 was like, oh, you like those twists we added to the game? Let's crank that up to level 100. They really spiced it up. When it came to the house, it was abstract before. They said, let's go even crazier and make it an even more of an eyesore than it was before, and I actually really enjoyed that. I liked how unique Season 3 is, and I find that Season 3 tends to be actually kind of controversial. One, with the house. Some people love the house, some people hate it, but also two, some people like the amount of twist that season and some people don't. I personally love the house. I personally love the twist. I love the winner, which doesn't always happen on Big Brother. So this season got even better for me. I love Season 1. Season 2 got better. And then for me, Season 3 got even better. So let's have a look at the house on The Sims, because I gotta say it was pretty hard to recreate.
This season, it's a whole new world. The slate has been wiped clean to expose the inner workings of the Big Brother machine. Set in a steampunk landscape, this house represents time and space like never before. Contained in cramped quarters, cut off completely from society, and monitored 24/7 for 70 days. Outside the vault, house guests will compete for power, safety, and prestige. When at the top of their game, they will be named Head of Household, gaining access to Big Brother's VIP suite.
This is where the magic happens. No, we're not talking about the love kind. We're talking about the washroom.
It's true. This is actually one of my favorite rooms in the house. It's kind of like the engine room. So the geography of the house is exactly the same, but seeing as it's a brand new season, we wanted a brand new feel for the house. So we went with steampunk. So it's kind of like a vision of the future set in the past. So it's kind of like a clock exploded in here. It's busy, it's chaotic, which is exactly how Big Brother Canada goes down.
Of course, outside we have this full fake backyard, but then of course we have our real little outdoor area with a hot tub.
When at rock bottom, they will be named have-nots, forced to live in misery. But from the lowest point in the house lies the most sensational superpower of the season. And And when the time comes to unleash its awesome power, it could bring the house down. To make it to the end, they must withstand what is at the heart of the house, Big Brother's vault. An around-the-clock secured location, guaranteed to rock the house guests to their very core. Vault access will only be granted when it's time for a big move, unlocking unexpected twists for which you, Canada, will hold the key.
And lastly, we just have the diary room to look at. Again, I love this season. It became my new number one as soon as I watched it, and it was really up there for me for a while. And but yeah, I know it's pretty controversial, so let me know down below what you guys think of season 3. But that's gonna lead us on to season 4. When it came to season 4, I liked the whole hotel theme. I thought it was unique. I thought they were being pretty creative, and the house was interesting. There were some aspects that I liked, like the divided bedrooms. But a lot of it I just wasn't really that into. However, I loved the twist of bringing Tim and Nikki onto the cast. I thought they were amazing. I loved how they acted like they got voted in, but the other options they gave were horrible. So it was pretty clear the two that were actually going to go in. I thought they were amazing. Rest in peace, Nikki Graham. Tim was one of my favorite house guests from Australia, so that really gave me high hopes for this season. But yeah, like I said, the house wasn't necessarily my favorite.
Tonight, when house guests check into the Big Brother Canada Grand, the world will be at their fingertips. With more places to share secrets, more corners to whisper, and more rooms to conspire in, the BB Can Grand is built for house guests who are ready to play. And Big Brother's not going to let you miss any of the action. His eyes and ears are everywhere. Those that earn power will be treated like royalty in the head of household room, a penthouse suite with a view. With all the luxury of a 5-star casino, this house is the definition of excess. And for the players that can't hack it, they'll be sent to our wedding chapel to repent for their game-playing sins.
Hallelujah! I'm back!
Every casino has a room where the stakes are the highest. Welcome to Big Brother's High Roller Room. This is where house guests will play their hand each week. But to survive, house guests will have to remember that in Big Brother, the house always wins.
All right, so wrapping up with this house tour, we have the pool. Of course, it stayed indoors, but I actually really liked this version of the pool, the orange, the kind of alcoves, and the Mediterranean feel, along with the backyard that was meant to mimic kind of a rooftop sort of area, and I actually really liked how it looked in the Sims version, along with the jacuzzi area that was kind of like a club. I thought this was definitely the best, most fun version of the outdoor area so far in the franchise. But then, of course, we have a little hidden room, and that was for the fake double eviction. It kind of just looked like a basic everyday hotel room. The only thing I actually really liked about it was the fake sort of windows. Of course, I wanted Lavita to come back. She did not. But overall, the season was actually pretty fun, and I did enjoy it, but not that much. It wasn't my favorite so far in the franchise. I was mainly rooting for the internationals, and once, I realized Tim wasn't going to win, and I wasn't too happy with the winners, it kind of dampened the whole series for me. But moving on, we're actually going to head into Big Brother Canada Season 5, which was half All-Stars, half newbies. This cast was amazing, the season was amazing, the twists were fun, the house was incredible, and overall, this was the best season of Big Brother that they have had so far. It's going to completely blow all the other seasons out of the water for me. The outside of the house was incredible that year with the spaceship and the planets. Everything looked amazing, even though the inside of the house was a bit of a migraine. Everything being stark white and bright, I would have hated living there.
The past is about to collide with the present in a fight for the future. Welcome to the BB Can Odyssey. So we're rocketing through deep space and unraveling the fabric of time. This year, 8 house guests get a second chance to rewrite their Big Brother history. And 8 new house guests get to do it for the very first time. Now, what I love about this space is that it's so stark and bright and everything's on an angle. It can be quite disorienting. I can only imagine what it's going to be like for the house guests who are coming back when the space used to be very, very different. Now, this is the hibernation pod where the house guests sleep. It's beautiful. Here you see nebula and whole solar systems. In the blue room, you see planets and the stars. And if you're really lucky, you get to sleep here in the captain's quarters. And let me tell you, it's like a whole other dimension. This is where you get the luxury, you get the view, you control the game, you control the universe. Plus, you get a little extra space. See what I did there?
And while the BB Can Odyssey may have otherworldly vibes, the house guests can still enjoy the earthly comforts of a well-furnished house thanks to the brick.
So much of season 5 revolves around the elastic nature of time. So this season, the Have-Not room is called the bulk, which is an actual scientific term you hear often in sci-fi movies like Interstellar, and it refers to dimensions higher than the ones we know already. You can live in the future, walk through the door, and you're in the past. And I honestly have no idea how house guests are going to sleep in here. Like, no idea. And this is the bridge where all the big moves are going to happen. The nominations, the shockwaves, it all happens right here. How dope is this? And this chair is for the captain of the ship, also known as the head of household. So thank you, Earthlings, for joining me on this tour of the BB Can Odyssey. I'm going to leave you here on this beautiful observation deck because, as you know from Big Brother, someone is always watching.
All right, so like I said earlier, this is my favorite season. I'm not too big of a fan of the winner, Kevin. I thought his gay baiting and the whole thing with William was just a bit cringe for me, and I'm not too into that strategy. He did the same thing in Big Brother Canada 3, and I'm just not a fan. However, I love the dynamics of Netta, who was portrayed as being this great game player, just completely destroyed with that twist and double eviction, and then someone like Ika, who was just viewed as a bully with a really fun moment, totally transformed into an iconic player who will go down in history in Big Brother Canada. So I absolutely love this season, which then brings us to Big Brother Canada 5, which I think begins the boring era of Big Brother Canada, unfortunately.
Welcome to Big Brother Canada's version of Heaven and Hell. As you can see, the Season 6 house has been through a bit of a devilish remodel, but I think we should start off with a little slice of heaven. So up here on the second level, we have all of these heavenly design elements like the stained glass and the golden pillars and wall sconces. And can we talk about this gorgeous set of wings? Like, doesn't everybody want one of these in their house? This is hundreds of hours of carving and painting. It's absolutely beautiful. Here, this is one of my favorite parts. Come see this. Now, I know this may look like Cloud9, but believe it or not, the bathroom is where a ton of game happens. I'm really excited to see what happens right here in this room while people are primping and pampering. And honestly, take it in because it's never going to be this tidy again. Now, these bedrooms are all about luxury and romance. Just take in these oversized, exaggerated roses. Beautiful. As you can see, there are only 4 beds here and way more house guests, so these strangers are not going to be strangers for long. And of course, the most sought-after room in the whole house is the HOH bedroom, the seat of all the power. So what we were really going for here was an impressionist painter's vision of what heaven could be with a touch of Garden of Eden. And of course, all the furniture in the house is provided by our friends at The Brick. But even in paradise, temptation lurks around every corner. This is Big Brother after all. And the devil is often in the details. Follow me. Now, all of that heavenly beauty from upstairs starts to decay once you enter this room, which has kind of got a bit of a dungeon vibe. But check out Hell's Kitchen. I can't wait to see what type of drama happens right here, and also what those house guests are going to do with slop. I mean, if you watch the cast videos, you know it's going to get spicy. This year's unlucky have-nots have the luxury of sleeping here in the Big Brother Canada catacombs, complete with swampy water, a tomb, and skulls on the walls. Even some cobwebs. Now, can you imagine trying to find a place to sleep in here? Like, for real? When they say, Arissa, we can't do it, I'm going to say you can and you will. Now, through the gate and over the drawbridge, and you finally made it here to the throne room, where so many massive game decisions happen, because of course this is where nominations are made. And the room is organic yet otherworldly, and this is our winged throne. No, it's not made of melted down swords, but all these thousands of feathers. Isn't it exquisite? Well, here I'm gonna leave you, but don't get too comfortable, because this is Big Brother, and someone is always watching.
So, like I said earlier, I really found this season boring. I thought the house was actually pretty cool. The theme was really fun. But like that jacuzzi room, I just found the season kind of trash. The winner was all right. I liked the girls in the finale. I thought that was interesting. But I don't know. This was the first season where halfway through, especially once Jury kicked in, I kicked out. I was just not that interested. And then the same thing happened with BB Can 7. I just wasn't that interested. The beginning I thought was all right, and then very quickly I just kind of checked out of the season.
Welcome to BB Can HQ, the crowning jewel of a season of deception and lies. This, of course, is carved into the side of a mountain, as all sexy lairs are. And this year, the house guests are spies, and they'll be surveilled by 102 cameras, 95 microphones, and all of you. Now, I think you need a tour. Follow me. Well, this is where all the scheming and sabotage happens if you legitimately win power as the head of household. You get this private suite all to yourself. And of course, all the furniture in the house is provided by our friends at Leon's. I mean, it's got a gorgeous bed. It's the lap of luxury. We got red fur and velvet. And of course, so much is spoken about in BB about getting blood on your hands. If you win HOH, you are liable to get blood all over the floor. And you know, you don't get this bathroom if you're staying in one of the regular bedrooms. You know, those gorgeous, psychedelic Austin Power dreams. I mean, nightmares. Now, this is a concrete bunker underneath the launch pad for a missile, or as we call it, the kitchen, the heart of every home. Now, I want to say this is a safe space, but this is Big Brother Canada. There are no safe spaces. Welcome to a terrifying have-not room. This nightmare is inspired by The Shape of Water and every horror movie you have ever seen. The lights flicker 24 hours a day. These blood stains and rust stains, they're not real, but these antique dentist chairs are terrifying. Well, it's not Big Brother without evictions. You can't have evictions without nominations. Welcome to the mainframe. So welcome to the nerve center of every Bond and Mission Impossible and Bourne film. This is where the head of household makes all their decisions, along with the help of the computer. This is where you protect your friends or cut your enemy's knees off, okay? It's a lot of bloodshed in this room. I can't wait. Well, this is the archive room, and it's empty, but not for long. Check this out. This is the Leon's Lounge, a room that has never existed in the Big Brother Canada house before. Now, this is where Big Brother houses its collection of priceless paintings and artifacts and sculptures. And honestly, what's the point of a secret room if there are no secrets?
And of course, last but not least, with this tour, we have the backyard, which was actually pretty boring that year. It was completely bare, just concrete, and then the outside jacuzzi area, which kind of reminded me of season 2, a little bit of season 1, sort of more cozy outdoor sort of vibe. Again, season 7, I wanted to like it. I thought the theme was fun, but I didn't really relate or like most of the cast that year. And then when the whole Brigade Part 2, sort of all boys alliance, completely dominated the season, that was just an absolute no-go for me. Completely ruined the season. Didn't like the winner, didn't like the end, was not a fan of that season at all, unfortunately. And so it made its way all the way at the bottom of our list, which then brings us to Big Brother Canada season 8, which didn't do much better. Again, high hopes that the house looked fun, but wow, was this season unlucky.
Welcome to Volume 8 of Big Brother Canada. My absolute favorite every year is the bathroom. So many iconic moments have happened in that space. Now, there's lots of cameras everywhere. There's lots of mirrors this year, too. That's okay, these guys aren't vain at all. But truly, how can you backstab someone if they see you coming? It's a serious question. Each season, so much of this game is determined by which bedroom you choose to sleep in. Now this year they've got this anime manga vibe. The other bedroom is full color. Which one would you choose? I'm curious. So much to show you, follow me. Look at this gorgeous space. Listen, if you're HOH, you have a lot of hard decisions to make. They're cold-blooded, you might as well make them here. Everybody wants into this room though, okay? You got the cushy bed and everybody wants a sleepover. You've got these great spaces for making these big decisions with nice cozy fuzzy pillows. You've got icicles and crystals coming out of the wall. All right, we got more to see, let's go. Now, what is a superhero origin story without a dark, stormy sky and a glittering metropolis? We've got this beautiful eye this year reflecting onto the cityscape on this forced perspective of the city. One thing you'll notice too are these beautiful pictures of these characters. Near the front door, they're just regular people. By the time you get down here, they are full-fledged superheroes, and that's what's gonna happen to this cast. Now, the story of this season is being written real time, and that's what this color fall is all about. The ink is not dry, it's literally dripping into the house. Wait a second, what's that claw? Oh, it's the have-not room, otherwise known as a swampy nightmare. We've got critters all over the place and ferns and water. Don't fall in. Now, it might not look that uncomfortable if you were, say, by yourself, but what if you had 6 or 7 roommates in here? No, thank you. God, I love this house. I got one more room to show you before I let you go. It's the chamber. This is where the most important decision happens every week. The head of household has to choose who to nominate, who to throw on the block out of all of these house guests that aren't creepy at all. Now, you know this show is all about stories. 16 ordinary Canadians from all walks of life come into this house to have an extraordinary experience. They might walk in regular, but you might walk out a legend. And this is where the origin story begins. I have so much to show you. Follow me.
And last but not least, we have the hot tub, which had crayons and color pencils all along the walls. That was kind of hard to recreate, but I just went ahead with this wallpaper. Now, as we know, Season 8 ended early, unfortunately, due to the early stages of the COVID pandemic, and thank God it ended early. That season was a mess. The cast was horrendous. All of them wanted to quit. They were getting kicked out. I mean, it was like the 3rd or 4th week or however long they were in the house for, and like a bunch of them had already gone home. It was just a complete mess. So when it ended, I was totally content with that happening, and I didn't care, and I was beginning to lose a lot of faith in Big Brother Canada. I mean, each season since season 5 has just been pretty bad, and it kept getting worse and worse in my opinion. So Big Brother Canada season 8 was at the bottom of my list, and then rising from the ashes of Big Brother Canada Season 8 came Big Brother Canada Season 9. There were a lot of changes, including Arissa Cox becoming the executive producer, and the cast was a lot more diverse, and the house stayed the same, but it had a fun new makeover.
This is the main entrance to the house. Now, the comic book cover has been changed. BB Can, the sequel. Who will rewrite history? That's a very good question. Many will enter, many will leave, but one will walk away $100,000 richer.
With a lot of money going down the tubes with an early ending of Big Brother Canada Season 8, and with this whole abandoned Big Brother theme, a lot of the rooms stayed the same, including the bathroom.
And the bedrooms. Okay, the first one is called Team Defender. It's bright, it's beautiful colors, it feels like you're at camp. But then there's another room.
This is Team Destiny. It It is dark, it is chaotic. I have a feeling you won't have a lot of sweet dreams in this room. We've never seen teams on Big Brother Canada before. This is the first time, so let's see how it plays out.
It's time to enter the most coveted, luxurious room, the HOH room. Nothing has changed in this room since season 8. You still have the bed, you got the sofa where you can do your game plan, you have your own bathroom area. This is the best room in the house. Yeah, look around me. I mean, this house looks familiar, but Mother Nature has taken over. There's trees, there's greenery everywhere, overgrown vines, and if you look at the iconic Big Brother Canada eye, it's been overtaken as well. So it feels like there's new life in the house. The have-not room, the least desirable room in the house. Now, it looks inviting. It looks like a playhouse. There's colored balls, thousands of colored balls, but Big Brother always finds a way to make you feel miserable. The tour of the Big Brother Canada house cannot be complete without visiting the diary room.
I gotta say, I thought a lot of the twist and a lot of the room twist, the whole have-not bedroom, the lottery room that I'm gonna show you off right now, and then also the Expedia room, all of them were kind of lame. I mean, at least this OLG room, there were comps that were themed around it. Nothing came from the ball pit, nothing came from the Expedia room.
Now, last season of Big Brother Canada came to an abrupt halt as the world came to grips with a new reality. And things have really changed inside the house as well. Let's take a look. It's been a long time coming for Big Brother fans, including me. I'm really excited about season 9. So now it's time to sit back and relax and watch it all go down.
Although the irony of them winning an Expedia-paid trip around the world during a pandemic, while after they left the house, they had to go back into another quarantine before going home. I mean, that did not get past me. The season, however, was alright, even though I thought all the twists were pretty lame. The season was kind of pretty tame altogether, but the cast was really fun. I enjoyed a lot of them. I liked how messy it was, and of course, we all have to acknowledge that there finally was a black winner, 2 black men in the finals, and kind of a healthy gay, straight, relationship between 2 black males was nice to see, but again, I also thought there was a bit of a gay baiting going on, a bit of a Kevin Martin situation, which I didn't quite like all the way. Like always, all the Sims and all the lots are available on the Sims Gallery at Singleton RW, so make sure to go and download it there if you'd like. Keep a lookout for my Sims 4 Nailed It episode, and potentially with the SpongeBob one too. Those should come out pretty soon. And then, of course, my Big Brother series, my Big Brother UK All-Star series is coming up pretty soon, so keep your eyes peeled for that, and I will see you guys soon. Hope you guys liked the episode. Bye.